Oh, it's weird because I usually don't say that out loud. Anna Vasquez.
My name is Devin Osorio.
Bruce.
No middle name. My name is Christian Rodriguez. Because my parents were immigrants and they wanted to assimilate. And they thought middle names were dumb. Shout out to the parents.
I've lived too long in Greenpoint.
I live in Bushwick on Central and Schaefer.
Lynbrook, New York.
On planet Earth. In the East Village, in Manhattan, in the state called New York, in the city called New York City.
That's also a weird question, but technically the Dominican Republic.
So technically I was born in the Bronx. Yeah, in the Bronx.
Manhattan.
I was born here in New York City. In Manhattan. In the Lower East Side. In a little town called Chinatown.
I have so many. Ultimately, I think it's like to be able to express myself in a way that I feel is not directly like constructed, I guess.
Well, I guess I just made my 10-year plan recently. It's very career driven right now.
Yeah.
And it would be that I have enough money that my student loans are paid. I have a pair of Martin Margiela Teppy boots on, and I'm painting all day and doing random ass shit.
My ultimate dream? I want to grow wings and fly, clearly. I guess this is really showing that I am not selfish. My dream is for other people around me to be happy because that directly reflects upon my happiness.
I feel like I'm so insignificant to have a dream. But I suppose it's to try and hold on to time.
A lot of people. All the time.
Usually it's being proved wrong.
I don't know, dude. I've been insulted so many times it's gotten to the point it doesn't matter. I don't think it's about me. It's more about people and animals I care about. If they're insulted, it hurts me because, like, if someone were to insult me, it's like, okay, off the shoulder.
I don't know. I feel like my emotions are not necessarily complex, but they are confusing to me. So anything could hurt my feelings.
I think it's important, but only because, like, it's questionable what is true expression anymore.
Well, for me, very much so. But like in everything I do, there is self-expression involved. For the most part, at least. You know, yeah. Try not to like fall into surviving and more into living. It's a part of self-expression.
Depends who's watching.
I don't know if I necessarily place an importance on it, but I think it places an importance on me in the sense that expression always finds me and I'm always trying to express myself. I don't know if that's a conscious decision. I just know that from the beginning of time, for me, I was an expressive person. I always wanted to share and tell stories and make people laugh.
I guess when people ask me something like that, or like, where are you from, I kind of joke. I feel like I'm from everywhere but nowhere at the same time. I guess I moved a lot growing up.
I think of like the picture of myself, and the way I picture myself is, so imagine a bubble, and inside this bubble is like a field full of flowers, and in this field is this small little like reindeer jaguar thing, and that's me. So like small, cute and dainty in this field of flowers in a bubble. That's really how I picture myself.
I try to see myself as someone who doesn't hold any punches or hold back. So like when you're expressing yourself, everything has an action and a reaction. So if you're expressing yourself, you're expecting some sort of reaction. But what I feel like when I express myself, I don't expect a reaction because I'm expressing myself for myself, not for the audience.
probably I'm a forgiving person, so I think I express myself through that. It's just always giving people a shot or a chance.
Feeling like I can understand the conversations that I have with myself, like really understanding myself.
Yeah.
And then in that way it kind of expresses its way out, and then you can have, from that it's like you can have meaningful relationships, and from that you can have like a meaningful role in society and the things that you involve yourself in, because you kind of are checked in with yourself, and you then that way you can live more expressively, and you can live in a way that isn't as like traumatizing as like going into a job that you like never thought you would have and you hate.
It's funny because like I spent most of my life making sure I was always happy, all the time. It's probably a self-defense mechanism. I think the word purity, and not in like I'm a virgin way, but or like calmness. That's what happiness is. Where like things are happening, you're like feeling wholesome in the space. You're like giving love and empathy, and it's coming back to you. Everything feels right. White space, or like in like a clear, but like eccentric space. That's what happiness is.
Happiness is it's a lot of things. It's health. It's and by health I mean mental health and physical health. It's a lot of things. Happiness is the ability to, like, there's nothing holding you down to, this can go back to expression, like restricting you from expressing your own happiness, whether it's by yourself in your room and you're like singing to music, or you're playing a guitar, or you're skateboarding, or you're on a train and you are content looking at your scenery. Happiness is, I guess, something within where you are, it's a point of contentness where you have inner peace.
Happiness is one of those things that's constantly changing for me. And I think it changes for people. They might not realize it. I think some days money is happiness, right? Like, some days I get a certain paycheck and I'm like, fuck, this really completes me. But then some days I think that same feeling turns on me. It sort of tells me, hey, you know what? Like, that's actually quite meaningless. This other thing is more meaningful. So I don't know, I'm always bouncing between those things. Drugs a lot of times are quite meaningful to me. Or at least they make things more meaningful. Maybe that's something I learned as an adult, is that drugs make me feel the way I used to feel when I was a teenager.